Hello everyone. We're back in chapter 12 and this will be part 3. Penalty of discarding the laws of God. If you discard and kick with your feet all the laws of God, who is the ruler over this, and the two other human races in the north and in the east, you shall be discarded and kicked with feet for all time to come. The burden of the Jews will be like a heavy stone of the 7 great ages, and he who falls upon the stone will be shattered. But upon whoever it falls, he will be pulverized into dust. When the high priests and the Pharisees heard his speeches, they understood that they would be cursed, and all those ones who followed of their false teachings, for all time to come, and that's definitely still today. And they deliberated as to how they might seize him, but they were afraid of the people, for the people believed Emmanuel to be a prophet. When the Pharisees held a council with each other as to how they would catch Emmanuel in his speech, they sent to him their followers and the people of Herod. "Give unto Caesar," they taunted, "Lord, we know that you are true and that you teach the laws properly, and do not consider the rank of a person, because you do not pay tribute to people, but only to the laws of God and to truth, and to the laws of the creation. Therefore tell us your opinion. Is it right to pay tax unto Caesar, or is it not?" Emmanuel was aware of their maliciousness and said, "You hypocrites! Of what low mentality you are, to want to aggravate me in such a foolish manner? Show me a tax coin, so that I can heal you from your sick stupidity." And they gave him a coin. He then said to them, "Whose image and inscription is on this coin? Whose on ours?" They responded, "It is that of the emperor, or your president, whoever it is now." And so he answered them, "Therefore give to Caesar the things which are Caesar's, and give to God the things which are God's. But be aware and know that God and the emperor are people above whom is the almighty creation, to which you are to give in the highest praise. For even though God and the emperor are rulers over the human race and the people, their creation, as the highest power, is above them, upon whose laws they are dependent." And you got to keep in mind, if you want a good ruler, they'll be under these 18 laws of God. If they're not, just wait, see what happens. Whereupon they listened with astonishment and left Emmanuel alone. A lesson for the Sadducees. On the same day, the Sadducees, who did not believe in rebirth, came up to Emmanuel and asked him, "Master, Moses had said, when a man dies and has no children, his brother should take the widow as his wife, and should beget descendants for his brother. Now, there were among us 7 brothers. The first one married and died, and because he had no descendants, he left his wife to his brother. And so did the second, the third, until the 7th. And at the last, the woman died after all of them. Now, you tell us there is a new life. Whose wife will she be among the 7 in a new life? All of them had her as a wife." But Emmanuel answered and said, "You are mistaken, and do not know the unadulterated scriptures of the elders, nor do you know the laws of the creation. Verily I say to you, Moses never gave this law, but gave the law that a brother should take his brother's wife to himself in honor. So if one died, the other would take care of the widow of his brother. How could it be that a brother could beget for his brother descendants, since everyone's seed is different? But in new life, one decides for himself whom he wishes to marry in each new life. If he wishes to marry, which is not certain, that's if he wishes. Take heed of the laws of the creation, which teaches that a new life, man does not remember the former life, which makes your question superfluous. At this point, it is only the prophets who remember the former life, since they follow the laws of the creation and therefore live in wisdom. And something else to remember is your spirit remembers all of it. And through each of these lives, it remembers every little detail you've done. It doesn't need a brain. It doesn't work like that. It's all there. All the good and all the bad. You don't just get rid of it. Since you and the Jewish people will live in spiritual darkness for an extended period, perception and wisdom of spirit will remain hidden for a very long period of time. Other peoples will be advanced and develop spiritually to a very high degree, and follow the laws of the creation. There will also be many, many more who will not follow the true teachings, and they will be as you. Therefore, other peoples will be superior to you in spirit, for they will gather great wisdom and grow abundantly in spirit and will. Therefore, have among them those who will be like the prophets and remember former lifespans and their life streams. You of Israel and the other ones without truth and wisdom shall remain in spiritual poverty, and drift in spiritual darkness, inasmuch as they incurred punishment. They shall have to endure it. When the people heard these words, they were shocked and afraid and fell into silence. Then it came to pass that the Pharisees heard that Manuel had shut the mouths of the Sadducees. So they held a meeting where they would take counsel. And that'll be in for part 3.